Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing. Search for them on Facebook. The historic Lancaster Motel for the ultimate Eastern trail riding adventure. Crane's Snowmobile Museum at 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. And lastly, if you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. Now, aside from having a cold that's all in my throat right now, my voice is very iffy, I also have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time joining us on the podcast tonight, I hope you have a good time with us, and I hope you decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, this podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this right now, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be waiting for you with another fun-filled episode. Now, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you are the ones who make this possible. And we really, really appreciate that. So, pardon me, that might have been the best of my voice tonight, just right there, that little monologue. But let's take a few comments here, and we'll get this party started. Our good friend John Spranger Jr. is here from Elan, Wisconsin. Nice to see you, John. Ben from Vintage Mini Bike Lovers is here. We just did a mini bike podcast with him Sunday evening. Had a great time. He said we're coming in loud and clear, Carterville, New York. Great to see you. Stacy and Art Foes, the regular viewers from Platte Hill, New York. Great to see you. Jim Holbrook is here, Thetford Center, Vermont. Regular viewer, loud and clear. Oh, pardon me. It's going to be that kind of a night. Kevin Culhane is here, loud and clear, Sudbury, Ontario. Great to see you. And I'm keeping these short just to kind of preserve my voice a little bit. Mad Dog is here from Wisconsin, checking in. Good evening to everyone. Wonderful to see you. Our good friend Midnight Rider is here from Northwest Wisconsin. Mike Whiteside is here, loud and clear. Nice to see you. Dave Lowry is here. Repeat viewer saying we're loud and clear. Dave Trim is here, Carthage, New York. Great to see you. Rich Shad is here, our good friend from Cleveland, New York, regular viewer. Mark Rediel, I think is how that's pronounced, says hello all, Northeast Ohio. Andrew Strakos is here from Granville, New York. Great to see you. Glenn Ford is here. Loud and clear, he says. Rob Grover is here. We're going to be looking at some of his footage either next week or the week after. He has an amazing cheetah collection from the 70s. And he sent me some nice video clips of that. We're going to be looking at that real soon. Anyway, get that out of the way. Let's bring our friends on, and we will get this party started. Gentlemen, how are y'all doing tonight?
100%, Mike.
Good.
Doing good, Mike.
Excellent. And then the man there in the yellow jacket is our good friend, Tom Peters. Jim Leighton is his good friend who's helping to facilitate this tonight. We owe Jim a massive thank you for doing that, because we've been wanting to get Tom on here for quite a few years, almost as long as we've been doing the podcast. But the obstacle has always been it's difficult for Tom to do the technical side of things. So Jim was on a couple of weeks ago as our live guest, and he said, well, I live near Jim. I live near Tom, good friends with him. Why don't I go over there and take care of the technical side of things? So, yeah, we owe Jim a huge, massive thank you for doing that. Tom, how are you doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
You hear me?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and you can hear us okay?
Yeah, well, I don't hear you very well, but I can hear you.
Okay.
We don't
Wonderful.
have the best setup here tonight. We don't have very good service, but we had a great setup in the other room. It's just not enough bandwidth to make it happen in there. So
Sure.
Right.
we'll do the best we can here.
Yes, no worries. Yeah, we'll wing it. We'll do our best, and yeah. And worst case, we can come on next season, and anything we weren't able to cover, we can try to fix that up next season. But where would you like to begin, Tom, as far as your legendary racing career in the state of Maine?
Well, I thought you were gonna lead the show and lead me into questions and,
All right, we can do that.
I
Midge,
started back in 1966. The race those
So you've been racing since 1966.
76, so.
Yeah. And Midge, do you have questions for him, or?
Yeah, I can barely hear him, Mike.
Back in 1966.
Okay, give me a second. We're going to bring him a little closer to the
Oh,
camera.
good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
And while we're doing that, I'm going to pop a few more comments on the screen.
There you go. I just want to be close to the door as possible where we're getting. There.
Yeah.
Yeah, and absolutely, Rob and Midge, if you feel like asking him questions, go right ahead. And
Yeah, he froze up right now, Mike.
I think he's
Yeah.
froze up.
yeah, you're right. I think we're going to be struggling for a connection tonight. That's really unfortunate.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, because we wanted to do this for the longest time. But the show must go on. I've got video clips and things that'll help us tell the story about Tom. Obviously not as well as Tom could do it, but we're going to do our
Right.
best. And yeah, we're looking at a legend, a Maine racing legend. Do you want to elaborate on that, Midge? I know you're more familiar with his
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, Tom is he's the only Mainer that's in two halls of fame. Well, I guess I can't say that because Kelvin Reynolds is in the state of Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame as well, but it was for stock car racing. But Tom is the only snowmobiler in the state of Maine that was inducted into the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame. He's the only snowmobiler racer. So, and he's also, of course, in the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. So he's in two halls of fames. And I can tell you this, that anytime you mention Tom's name, it always would bring a smile to somebody's face. And because Tom was a hell of a sportsman. Everybody always says what a nice guy Tom Peters is. And I think we can all vouch for that, Mike.
Yes, absolutely. We've met several times.
Yeah.
Is that Midge in the background?
Yes, that was Midge. He was talking about you very favorably too, I might add. Did you have any questions for him, Midge, while we've got audio? And
How are you doing, Tom?
Well, I'm here with my walker, so, but
Yeah.
I am moving around.
That's good. That's good. Wow. Last year you were able to make the race in Woodstock.
Yeah, in 2025 I made it. 24
Yeah.
I made it, but I didn't make it
24.
this year.
No, they had videos of you out there, and they took your sled around, and yeah, there's that 72 Blizzard.
yeah, and on the right here, we're just playing some images of Tom throughout his career, throughout his life,
Yeah,
just to kind of give a sense of what he's done. And Tom, I don't know if you can see any of this, but if you see anything here and you want me to pause it, let me know. And we would love to hear any stories that you have to go with some of these things we're looking at. Are you able to see this, Tom?
I was gonna see if I could get back out so that we could see what you're talking about here.
Sure. I'll pause it so that we're not going by everything.
On it on my iPad, I think.
You can bring it in and we'll see if we can get that turned on. Can you still hear us all right?
Yes, good audio. Yes.
yeah.
Yep. So, Tom, fill him in on what you started racing with and where you ended with. That kind of.
Well, the first thing I raced was a 67 Olympic S with the dual carburetors on it. And then I went to I don't even know how to turn it on.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Here.
I went from there to a
We lose them?
Yes, we did, unfortunately.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm popping some comments on the screen here while we're waiting. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, I have to apologize to the viewers and to everyone. We've got a very sketchy connection to the internet, so it's difficult to maintain a good connection and good contact with them, which is really unfortunate. But we'll have another chance this fall to do it over. Anything we haven't been able to cover as well as we would have liked to tonight, we'll just go back and do it. But what I've got on the screen here now is just some images from through his career. We'll take a look at these, and if either Rob or Midge have anything to add to what we're looking at, feel free to chime in. And
that looks like about a 1968 Skidoo, I would say, maybe 399.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know, Midge, at one point you were telling me he always raced only in the state of Maine, correct?
He only raced the state of Maine, and I think he did maybe cross the border. I think he raced in Woodstock, New Brunswick a couple of times, but for the most part, he just raced mainly in the state of Maine. And I think that's the reason, or one of the biggest reasons, why he was inducted into the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame as is the only snowmobile racer because of that.
Sure.
He's stuck in his own state of Maine, mostly up north. And, the kids up there and the people up there, the fans, they didn't get a chance. If anybody's ever been up in the northern part of Maine, and especially back before Route 95 was put in, it's very, very desolate up there. And a lot of people didn't get a chance to see world-class snowmobile racing like we do down here. I mean, Lancaster's one of the bigger races in the country, and Laconia is here in New Hampshire, and then you had Bangor, of course, but you go above Bangor and it's pretty desolate.
Yes.
And Tom gave those people up there world-class racing.
Nice.
And
that looks like an eagle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask him, Tom, if you can hear us. We were looking at an image right now of the eagle. Was it the double eagle? Do you have any memories or stories associated with that?
I guess I'm froze up now.
Yeah, your video is.
I think
I
so.
can still hear you clear.
Yeah, good audio still.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, can you hear us at all? Yeah, we're struggling for a signal with them. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The snowmobile beside the eagle, it looks like one of the black dot circles Skidoos.
All I have
Look,
right now
there's
is the
Razor.
Skidoo.
Yeah.
Is
So go ahead, Rob, about the black dot you were saying?
Yeah, the Skidoo with the black dot in the center
Yeah.
of the circle.
Yeah.
It looks like it's cut out for a scoop for air.
Yes. So looks like we've got Tom back on. Can you hear us, Tom? Can you hear us, Tom? Yeah, this is unfortunate. We're struggling for a signal here. And it's ironic because an hour ago we did a test and we had a perfect signal. It's just funny how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear us, Tom?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Now, Tom, we're looking at an image of a double eagle.
You can't hear me though.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you, Tom. We're looking at an image on the screen right now of a double eagle. Do you have any stories or memories about that?
You hear? We can hear you.
Okay. Tom, do you have any stories about the double eagle? We've got an image on the screen right now of a double eagle that you and Jim had
Okay.
sent me. Do you have any memories of the double eagle? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a delay or. Yeah, if you're just joining us, we're having technical difficulties.
Brought it up here as a staff, and
No, go ahead, Tom. We can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear us at all?
Yes, we could hear you just now. Yes.
Might be a delay.
Yeah, I think we're struggling for a connection here. But like I said, next fall we can do a do-over on this when we have a better connection. We'll figure it all out. But we'll do our best tonight to just get what we can, and we'll go through some of these images. These images really tell a story of a rich racing history. Go ahead, Tom.
double eagle came up here from Timberland as a static display unit, lines on it.
The way I could call.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're oh, go ahead. We heard you there for a second, Tom.
And they took that motor off, 399 off. And they put a 669 on it, which had never been done.
Yeah, I think his audio is cutting in and out. Yeah, that's a bummer.
If I could
okay.
call you, we could talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's let me think. I may be able to. Yeah, call me. You have my cell phone number, right, Jim? And if you don't,
you
I
can talk
have
on a
yours.
cell phone.
Yeah, and if you don't, I'll try calling you. And I'll just hold the phone up to my microphone and see if we can get a good enough signal.
It is.
Yeah.
We don't have service here.
Oh, you don't?
Maybe if I can I call it?
So what year was that double eagle made? Did they only make that double eagle 1 year?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, call me.
All right, I'm calling you right now, Jim.
1970, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, how you doing? Yes. I've got the microphone. I've got the speaker right next to my microphone. Yeah, if you can say something for me, Jim, we'll see if the others can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they made that double eagle in '69. They had like 3 different versions, and then they had a single cylinder version, right? And then the 600 sitting next to it, actually, that sled is out back here. And if we could get some signal, we could show you that.
Wow.
That exact same sled.
Wow.
Go ahead and talk, Tom.
Yeah. Wow.
That 68 600 there, I raced that in '69, and it's like Jim said, it's sitting here on the shelf, all restored except for the cowling. The double eagle. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the double eagle was sent up here from Timberland as a static unit, not to be run, and because one of the motors wasn't running on it, and they messed around with it and they took that 399 off and put a 669 on it and took it out and raced it, which Timberland didn't approve of, but and it run real well. Won every class it run in. So.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Very cool.
I didn't drive that particular sled. I drove the one next to it there, the 600.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black dot.
And that opening in the black dot, is that an air intake? What are we looking at there?
That's what the
They
headlight
just took
was.
the headlight out of it to give it more air.
Okay, get some air in there.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
That's a big motor for back in those days.
That's,
600.
Yeah, it was.
Those sleds were the biggest problem with them. They were fast for the day, and if you run them hard and run wide open, the bogey wheel tires weren't strong enough to take that kind of RPMs, and every once in a while, a tire would come flying out, fly right by your ear.
Blow the tires off the
When I
bogey
raced
wheels.
it that day, I raced it in a speed run, they called it, which was probably a mile and a half or something. And we went down to one end of the runway on one side and then turned around, came back and up the other side. And we made kind of it wasn't really a loop. You went down, turned around, and came back around the other end of it.
Wow.
And I won the class of the speed race. Then I raced it in the cross country race, and I finished third to the Eagle and an Arctic Cat, which I think was a 760.
Wow. Yeah.
Dennis
Wow.
Kavalowski.
Yes.
Dennis was driving that one.
Yeah,
and
Dennis.
Rod from, I don't know his last name, from Rodco was there, and he had another one, but he didn't run that cross country.
Yeah, because I think I think it was his father-in-law that I think he owned Rodco, if I understand
That's right.
the story correctly. And he might be watching. Dennis might be watching. If you're watching, Dennis, anything to add to that, we'd love to hear it. But no, please continue, Tom.
Okay. Yeah, then we raced the couples race. I had my wife on the back, and the double eagle, my wife's brother-in-law had his wife on the back, and I don't know what the Arctic Cat did, but I finished third to those two much more powerful sleds.
Wow.
That was in '69, and then in '70, I bought my first Blizzard, 1976 40, and ran that for that whole year. And that's the one I took to Bangor and finished second to Cal Reynolds with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a struggle.
Well said, you gave him the race of his
Had
life.
a good race anyway. Cal was the only thing that bothered me about losing that race was it was $800 for first place, and I finished half a ski length behind, and it was $325. So what? $575 difference there for a little independent from the backwoods of northern Maine, and
All right.
I could have used the rest of the money.
Now Midge was
Definitely.
saying something, because Midge, you can't hear Midge, but I can in my headphones. But there's a story that both Midge and I have heard about how he's apparently you gave Cal Reynolds the race of his life, and we're wondering if you were able to relive that story. Do you have any memories or recollection of that?
Yeah. Well, at his induction ceremony, I was there, and he mentioned that. He said that I'd given him the race of his life. He said, and then we talked after that, and he said that's one of the hardest races I won. I had my sled set up to run on the inside of the track, and he was riding up on the banks, which were very rough. And it all started with a restart, about 3 laps to go, when it was a 10-lap race, 5 miles, and I was leading the race. And we came back, and Flagman started us Indy style, staggered style, and I was in first place. And so I came around, and he jumped out in front of me and said, "You're going too fast. You got to slow down." So I went around again and slowed down about half throttle, and he stopped me again and he said, "You got to slow down some more or I'm going to black flag you." Then the third time we come around, I slowed way down to less than quarter throttle, and Cal being a veteran racer and me being a novice, he held way back in the fourth turn, and when he opened her up, and when he got to me, the flagman threw the flag, so he got by me, and he only beat me by. If I'd had another lap, I think I could have beat him.
Wow.
But that's always the story, I guess.
Of course.
What are we looking at right now? The Skidoo with the 71 part of that.
I got it with me, but we can't show it.
Sure. Now Jim is showing us some of your sleds that you've raced with over the years, and both Rob and Midge and I are wondering if you can talk to us about any of these sleds that Jim is showing us right now.
Those aren't, other than the 600, those aren't the actual sleds that I race. This is the Super 370 there is just like the one I raced.
Yeah.
And 600 is the one I raced, and the 292 triple there, that's mine, but that wasn't my original sled. That's one I bought from Mark Belanger.
Yeah.
And, but I had really good luck with that sled. In that same year in 72, I ran a 650 as well, which ran real well. So 72 was a pretty good year for the Blizzard.
Yes.
I won some races, quite a few races in 70. I had a 71 triple, but as everybody knows about the 71 Blizzards, they weren't a real good race sleds.
I heard they were a little tippy. Is that the sled I'm thinking of?
Yeah, they were. Just a minute. I'm gonna try to move where the sleds are.
Okay.
I just seen a ball of Amsoil, Mike.
Oh, nice.
My walker doesn't know this house.
Ask him how he got started, Mike.
Okay, yes, good idea. Tom, while you're moving over there, how did you get started in racing? What was it that got you started in it?
Oh, the guy that was sitting on that double eagle was my wife's brother-in-law. Kind of hauled me into it.
Yeah.
He worked part-time for the dealer that we raced for. So that's actually how I got into the Blizzard side of it.
Yeah. Nice.
And he had driven the TNT 600 the year before and won a lot of races with it. But it was still competitive in 69.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting out here next to the 370 and the 292. So those are the ones that I didn't race those actual sleds, but I did race the 600.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got a picture of that or not.
Yeah, I think he was showing that a few minutes ago. I don't know if Jim can show us some of the sleds you're talking about as you're talking about them, or.
Yeah, 600. We'll go to the 600.
Yeah, he's going to go to 600 right now.
Excellent.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Tell me 600.
That 600 was left here, and I don't know where it ended up, downstate somewhere. And the guy bought it, and he took it over to Canada and had it restored and brought it back. And 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess. He brought it back to Presque Isle, and he said that's where it belongs, where you are. So
yeah,
he said you raced this sled. Scott Tompkins is the guy's name.
Scott Tompkins.
He owns some of these sleds, like the 494 that's here, and a few of the other ones.
Yeah.
But in the 70s,
oh, here we go. Yeah, we're back. Good. Yeah, we're looking at the Snow Twister, and then there's another frame up above it.
Yeah. I'm sitting kind of back too to where Jim is here, and I don't have my walker, so I can't turn around.
Sure.
But I guess he showed you some images.
Yes. Yeah, he was showing us the sleds that are there in the shop.
Yeah.
Jim, you can hear me?
Can you hear Jim?
Yes.
I think this is one that Mark Edstrom built. Yes. He's the guy that, if you remember my double eagle that he built.
Yes.
He built this. It's just kind of a mini. He chopped up some sleds and made it small. There's a moto ski on the other side. I can show you when I get there.
Yeah.
And then there's a snow pony. And then we go to, I'll let Tom tell you about this one. This is I think the first one you kind of raced, isn't it, Tom? The 370.
Yeah, that's Super 370. That's not the exact same one, but it's this is one just identical to it.
I think this is
that
one that Mark
belongs to Greg here, but I helped restore it. I did a lot of work.
He's the guy that, if you remember my double eagle.
Yeah, I think we've got quite a delay between the camera and the audio, unfortunately.
Oh,
that he built this. It's just kind of a mini each on the other side, and then there's if we go.
Yeah, that's. I helped restore it.
You see it right now.
A lot of work.
Okay, now we're looking at like an Olympic, I think, like a 69 Olympic, give or take.
Like
so that's a 68
370. That's the one that Tom
was telling you
that
he raced one that was like just like this one here.
Yeah.
Not this one, but just like it.
Yeah.
well, there's a picture there with me on the one that I raced.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I see the photograph there. Yes.
Yep.
And Jeff Wesner is checking in. He says he loves those blizzards. He's a big Ski-Doo guy.
Yeah, there's quite a bunch of them here. The 292 belongs to me, but the rest of them belong to Scott Tompkins.
Yep.
I was going to say, I don't know if Jim showed you that or not, but I have my original suit that I bought in 1967, and I wore that all the time I raced. Everybody said, well, you're going to buy a Ski-Doo suit, ride the colors. I said, I started with this one, I'm going to finish with it. And I run that till 76.
Yeah.
And I got my original helmet that I also bought in 1967.
Yeah.
And then I guess are you getting his images?
Yes. Right now we're looking at a Ski-Doo with the big tune pipes.
Oh, okay. He just moved away from that. That's a 494, which is extremely rare.
Yeah.
Those engines had to be built.
Yeah.
There were a water pump engine that they converted to a snowmobile engine. They mounted two, I guess the originals were two 247 jugs on it, but then they started using 300s on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's that iconic Blizzard that was behind you a moment ago. I don't know if you've moved or not, but there was an iconic Blizzard that you used to race.
The one of mine?
Yes, I think I've got pictures of it here.
72.
Yeah, the 4074.
Yeah. That's not the exact sled that I raced either. That's the one I bought from Mark Belanger, but I had one just identical to a different serial number, but
yeah,
it was the same sled.
the recreation.
This one here, the only thing I did to this one here was put a new seat and gas tank and a few other items on it, and I had it lettered up just like the original one. Put the dealer's name on it, and the mod one in my number that I raced that year in '72.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful sled.
Now, do you have stories associated with that sled, Tom?
Oh, that was a running sled. It was hard to beat. It run real well and it handled real well. Run right on the inside rail of the track, and no matter where you went, I mean it won races.
Wow.
I don't know how many races I won with it, but I run, like I said before, I run that, then I run a 72 650 like it, and I won almost all the races that I entered in with.
That's awesome.
That a lot of people complained about that 3-cylinder 292 that they couldn't get them started, and I never missed a start in any race with that sled because it wouldn't start. You just had to. There's some little secrets that the guy told me, and it started real well. It never missed a race on account of that. But
did he only drive Skidoos?
But you see people cranking on them, and the race would be done. They were still cranking, trying to get them going.
Sure. Now, Rob is asking, in your racing career, did you drive Skidoo exclusively, or did you do anything with other brands? Or?
Well, I raced mostly Skidoos. I raced a lot of Skidoos for other people. I went to the racetrack, and I was winning. I had one night that I run over 100 laps over to Woodstock, which is a half-mile track. And, between the qualifying races and qualifying, I think I run 5 sleds that night.
Oh, wow.
And
just that I see a Burke Twister.
A lot of people couldn't take that beating for, 5 races and qualifying races too,
Yeah.
No.
And we were wondering about that snow twister behind you. Is that anything that you're associated with, or?
No, that belongs to Greg.
Okay.
And he just picked that up, I don't know, a year ago, I guess. And there was a friend of ours, younger friend of ours, that drove my sled at Woodstock last year in 2024. Carl Hofstas drove one just like it, so Greg lettered it up just like the original one that he drove.
Yeah.
And he drove it over to Woodstock this year. Mine, when Greg and them took mine over, I couldn't make it. I just got out of the hospital, but they took my sled over, and a great friend of mine, we raced against each other. He was a cat racer,
yeah.
Dennis Hofstas, and he drove my sled this year, and he said he'd never seen, all he'd ever seen to that sled was the back end of it. So
nice. That's cool. Well,
what
cool. So it looks like.
To race at?
What was your favorite track to race at? Rob is asking what was your favorite track.
Well, I really like Woodstock. Like I think I mentioned it, that Woodstock is a half-mile track, but other than most other horse racetracks were measured on the inside. I mean, on the outside, the half mile.
Yeah.
And Woodstock is a half mile on the inside. So it's getting longer straightaways, and it's really a fast track. That's where they raced here in the February. And Sabrina was there, and you know, a lot of the big time races. I think young Nass was there.
Lucas, yeah.
Yeah, Lucas.
Yeah. That was in Woodstock, and they had a beautiful track. They
Beautiful
had a nice track.
Did you want to take one of
And they
them
built it
missions
for
out for
these
a
new
ride?
sleds. You know, wasn't made for these old ones, but they let them run the old ones out there just for a parade lap
Sure.
to show the difference in the sleds today and back then.
Were you able to take any of them out for a ride?
Could I?
Yeah. Did they let you do it? Or?
Well, they would have let me do it, but I wasn't there this year, and last year I had a broken back, so I couldn't drive my own sled. So this Carl Hoff just drove it for me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They had to carry me out and set me on the sled to take pictures. So.
Oh wow. It's good they
But I
did
made
that
it
though
over
for a
anyway.
photo opportunity.
These guys like Greg
Yeah.
and Carl and these people were just wonderful. They came to my house and picked me up and loaded me in a pickup and drove me over and loaded the sleds in my trailer, and I didn't have to do anything, just sit around. And so I did not get to drive. They wanted me to drive it, but I just knew I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I told them, you know, it's not possible. So
They've got a video on that, Mike.
Well, apparently there's a video on that. And
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
I've
think
got
I
it.
had a video of it running there somewhere.
Yeah, let me see. I might
They
have
showed
it. Yeah,
Tom there and everything.
I think I've got it. Let me see if I can cue that up. Let me. This will take just a moment here.
Did he ever race on any of the high banks tracks? He's talked a few times how he liked
But
the
for
inside.
people that like those triples, that this is a good running one.
Sure. Now Rob is asking you, did you ever race on the high bank tracks?
Well, I raced on them, but I never raced on the high banks. I stayed right away from them.
Stayed on the inside, yeah.
I
It was smart,
set my
Tom.
sleds up so they would run down on the inside, and
Yeah.
I didn't. It wasn't just hard on the driver. It was hard on the sleds, beating them over them banks all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Awful.
I think I've got that video clip. Let me cue this up here and see if it's the clip that you were talking about. Let's take a look at it. This is taking a moment to load here.
That's quite long, I think. I can see the screen, but there's nothing on it.
Okay.
There it is. Yep.
Well, I'm
That's
sure
Greg, my friend Greg on the sled. I don't know, I can't hear the sound.
Yeah.
That's just one that's second here. That wasn't my original one.
Yeah.
But like I say, Carl had raced there a lot, and he took it around, and he came all the way from Oregon just to drive that.
From Oregon, wow. And who
He
was that?
flew
Was that
in.
Jim Smith?
Pardon?
Who was it, the driver?
Carl Hofstis.
Okay, yeah. From Oregon?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm sure he's listening in, so he'll be glad to hear that.
Oh, good, yeah. Give him a name drop.
But right there, he drove the sled over to where I was standing off the track, and came over and shook my hand, and then drove it off there, as you can see.
Yes.
And I think he made 2 laps with it.
2 laps, yeah.
You gotta like the sound of those triples, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Rob's saying he likes the sound of the triples.
Yeah, they are.
He's got quite a
And the
note.
292s are, the big triples are nice, but there's a different sound to the little ones. They kind of got a snap to the exhaust.
Yeah.
It's not a rumble. It's a real snapping noise. Those little engines will turn about 10,000. Those little triples,
10,000 RPM. Wow.
which was unheard of in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big ones, the big triples, you couldn't turn that fast. But that little one was
Pretty
that.
agile.
That and the 340, you could run them at 10 grand.
Sure. Now that sled just to your right there, on the lower level of the rack. Is that the 76 you were talking about?
Yes, that's a 76. It's 78.
78. Okay.
78 440 SS.
Now, is that one of Greg's sleds, or is that something you raced?
No, I didn't race that.
Okay.
No, I was out of it by then.
Sure.
The last thing I raced was a 76 Polaris TX 340. That was a cross-country race from Presque Isle to Caribou, which is 15 miles the way we went. And that was a race that there was a bunch of the young fellers there that didn't know I was going to race, I guess, because I showed up at race time and they pulled up to the starting line there, and they said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I'm going to take a ride over with you, see if I can keep up with you." And about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile away from where we started, I passed them all, and I was the first one to Caribou. So.
Wow. Okay, I found that this is you talked about the TX, the last sled that you raced, and I found that image. I do have that.
That image with my 2 daughters on it.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm sure Midge will appreciate that. Go ahead. That was your last.
That was my last race on that sled. That was in 76.
76, yeah. And Midge is saying he had one just like it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good little sled.
Yes, they sure were.
And I had a couple Polarises after that.
Yeah.
I had a 19.
Yeah, you had one, Mike, too.
Yes.
Limited edition. I don't know if there's pictures of that in there or not, but it was a 600 limited.
I don't know. I think that's the only Polaris one I've got, but let me go through it real quick. Yeah, I think it's the only Polaris I've got.
Yeah, I don't know if that one's in there or not. It's a 600 LE, they called them.
Sure.
Limited edition. And that was a 600, but I never raced that.
Sure. Now we've got about.
I was too old by then.
Sure. Totally understand. Now I wanted to get your recollection of. We've got an image here of you being in the Motorsports Hall of Fame in Maine. I wonder if we get a few quick comments on that, and then also, of course, we want to hear about your induction into the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame, which, of course, Midge and I are involved with.
Yeah. I got. Well, I'd like to thank him, Joe Chamberlain and his wife Lorraine, and Joe is on the selection committee. I've got this book. I don't know if Jim. I call it my Bible, where all the images and stuff that I have, all the original copies of newspaper clippings and check stubs, and I've got all that stuff in that book. And Joe wanted to borrow that book to take it down there to see if he could get me inducted. And I said, nobody goes anywhere with that book. That's not leaving my hands. So I said, that's the only thing I got.
That's your legacy.
What I've done, And finally, he talked me into it, and he took it down. And I don't know if the people on here are familiar with Andy Santerre. He was a race car driver for in the Bush North Series, won championships, and
heard the name.
And then he went to the Bush Series, and Andy was on the committee as well, and they nominated him, and they showed Andy my book, and they said no problem with putting him in there with all the documentation he's got. But I'd like to say too that it wasn't just the races I won or whatever. I had all the documentation, which most people don't have. I'm sure with either one of these, I've talked to those people, and they say, somebody calls them up and said, well, my grandfather raced and won all these races, and said, well, send us the documentation. Well, we don't have any. Well, if you don't have documentation, how do we know?
Yeah, it's true. Could just be talk.
What you're saying. And I had all the documentation to cover everything I said. So.
That's impressive.
And
Yeah.
in the same way, when Midge sent me a note and said that wanted to know if I was the guy that got inducted into the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame, and I told him yes, and he said, "Well, send us your paperwork," and I sent him basically the same copy of some of the stuff that I'd sent down to Maine Motorsports, and that was what it took, I guess.
Yeah, and we've got the letter from Midge to you on the screen right now.
Yeah, that was an email that he sent me, and he said, I think he said the following year after that, so in 2020, but again, ill health, and I couldn't make it to my own induction ceremony, so Mark Belanger stood in for me.
Yes. In fact, we've got an image of you and him at the museum, I think several years prior, 2 years prior.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to catch you for an interview that year as well.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So this is a Crane Snowmobile Museum where they do
a couple of years before.
Yeah, where they do the annual Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Now, this is a special image on the screen right here. We were talking earlier about how you gave Cal Reynolds the race of his life. We've got an image of you and Cal Reynolds standing there. Talk about legend of legends right there. Two legendary racers from Maine. It doesn't get better than that in my book.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody the other day I was mad at Cal for 50 years for beating me in that race.
Yeah.
And I said, we went down there and we shook hands. And I said, I didn't tell him that, but I said, I'm going to bury the hatchet today.
That's nice.
You know, he did what he had to do. And,
Sure.
you know, I didn't have the experience to do, to combat it. So, you know, he won it fair and square. There was no question about that.
Sure.
So I told my wife, I said, get your camera. I said, I'm going to have my picture taken with Cal Reynolds. And she just kind of looked at me like, you've been mad at him for 50 years and they're going to have your picture taken with him. But she never said anything. So.
We've got a viewer asking, how many revs would the 440 Blizzard do? How many RPMs would that do? Do you know?
Oh, the 440 that's sitting here?
Yeah.
I would guess that's probably somewhere around the 9,000 or 10,000 mark.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, that's just a wonderful photo and a wonderful story, and just a wonderful legend, racing legend right there. You know, you and Cal, and especially, you know, after 50 years, like you were saying, not being very happy about it, and to come over and make amends and just make the thing, you know, just a nice way to complete it.
We just knew what had happened.
You just understood.
And it was understood without saying anything, you know.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And Tom's a very gracious, and Cal is a very gracious guy too.
Yeah. Cal is also in the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
As a car racer.
Car racer, yeah.
I don't know this for sure, but I think Herb Yancey and I are the only two that belong to the Maine Motorsport, or the Eastern Motorsports Hall of Fame. I think Herb Yancey and I are the only two that belong to two halls of fame.
Yeah.
Herb belongs to the national one out west, and got another picture here that he's just showing is my old friend
Bruce Dunham.
Bruce Dunham. I talk to his wife about every day. She checks on me to make sure I'm doing all right.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I never raced against Bruce because he raced in the 800 class. And I used to move up the 800 class, but when I went to the races where they were racing, I knew my 650 wasn't going to run against their 800s. So,
yes.
But that's why I ran 650s, because in most places that I raced, I could jump it up a class and maybe not win the race, but I could make some money.
Yes. Now, we were talking about Herb Yancey a moment ago, and I know there's an image of you. I just had it right here. There's a group photo, and Steve Yancey is in there on the very left. Herb Yancey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Herb Yancey, yeah.
Gaten Duval is there.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, Ron Hall.
Ron Hall.
I can't make out a lot of them. Oh, Yvonne Duhamel is there.
Yeah, Yvonne was there. I don't know if I sent you the picture of Yvonne and I. That was taken the same day. I speak French, and Yvonne was at a table there, and he was kind of grumpy, and he was signing images, and his wife was standing there, and I said to her, I said, "Can I get him to sign this and sign my book and have my picture taken with him?" And he signed my book, and then he signed a hat for me, and we had our picture taken. But when I started talking French to him, he loosened right up.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool.
He wasn't real comfortable talking French.
Sure. Now this isn't him on the golf cart, is it?
No, that's Chink Maynard,
Okay.
who belongs to the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame, and Bobby Alexander on the left belongs to that Hall of Fame, and they had a deal over to the Spud Speedway here, the local racetrack, and we all went over there together. Neither one of us could get around very well, Chink or I, so Greg finangled a golf cart and drug us all over the place over there, so we didn't have to walk.
Yeah.
And there's a picture with one of them pictures there. Jim Leighton is with us.
I think I remember seeing that one. So I know I saw him in one of these pictures. I don't know if I'll be able to find it or not, but
Yeah.
right here. Yeah, we got Jim. And you and Jim are good friends. You live close, and
yeah, we don't live too far away. I don't know, 20 miles, I guess, or less.
That's nice.
And I raced against Jim's father.
Wow. And that was Neil, right?
But he raced in the 800 class, and I was always racing the 650. So, and he was a driver. He had no fear whatsoever.
Wow, that's a special quality.
There's a picture of Jim right there.
Yes, that's cool. So in the few minutes we've got left, go ahead. Did you have another thought, Tom?
Pardon?
Did you have another thought you were about to share?
Well, no. If you're all done, I probably yacked enough.
Well, no. This is it. We're just getting started. And what I'd like to do, Tom, is do this again in the fall. We'll get our technical issues resolved, and we'll really do it right in the fall, if that works for you. When we pick up the podcast again in the fall.
As long as I'm still here.
Well, good. And we've got a time we're going to do Amsoil, but I also want to do a couple of quick announcements. We want to do a happy birthday to our regular viewer, Ken Crozier. It's his birthday today. And as Ben pointed out, it's all day, which is cool. And then also a dear friend of mine went in for triple bypass surgery today, Robert Page, a lifelong friend of mine. We used to snowmobile with them in the 70s. You may remember, you've heard me talk. If anyone who watches this podcast is familiar with the Page family, that's him on the second in from the right, him and his wife, his lovely wife, Kathy. And I was in touch with him a few days ago. He let me know that he's going to be going in for triple bypass surgery, which happened today. Now, I haven't heard from them yet as far as how that went, but I'd like to ask for your prayers for a speedy recovery for Robert.
We'll pray for him.
Yes, please. And all of our viewers too, please include him in your prayers, because a triple bypass is a serious procedure. And like I said, these are lifelong friends, this family and our family and that family. We've been lifelong friends all through the years, really close friends, lots of wonderful memories together. We used to do a lot of trail riding in the early 70s. Just could not ask for better friends. And this is, if anyone watched the Cat Patches video from a few months ago, Robert was part of that. And as I said, this is him and his wife, Kathy. And then here's a shot of his mother. His mother passed away a couple of years ago, but she's cousin to Claude Hebert, legendary racer Claude Hebert. And where else was it? Also another thing, a wonderful thing about his mother, Hermance was her name. She was like an aunt to my brother and I when we were little kids, and just a wonderful friend all through the years. Just really wonderful friendship between the two families, all lifelong friendship. So if you possibly could, please include Robert in your prayers, all of you, viewers and everyone. just for a speedy recovery. I know it's a big deal with the triple bypass. So I want to thank you for that. And let me take a couple quick comments, and then we're going to see if Rob feels like doing Amsoil. I'm just popping comments on the screen here. Here we go. Speedy recovery to Robert, and happy birthday to Ken. In fact, I got to give Ben credit. He's the one that told me about Ken Croger's birthday, which is awesome. Pardon me. Awesome interview with Tom. Made for a really great show. Looking forward to seeing everyone next week. Yes. And Mad Dog, great history. And I think we lost Rob. Hopefully he comes back on. But one last thing I wanted to share is in the way of announcements is Sunday night, Midge and I are going to be we're doing another remembrance of Bob Eastman. We've been in touch with a couple of his grandchildren, and they're sharing memories with us. There's a couple of iffy things about them making it Sunday night, so we pre-recorded the interviews, and we went through all of the images that they had sent us, and they made comments on the images and everything. So that's all going to be Sunday night. So if you enjoy Polaris, if you enjoy Bob Eastman, you're going to love Sunday night. Midge and Rob and I are going to be remembering Bob Eastman. And okay, Rob doesn't have audio, I guess. So you can't hear us, Rob? Yeah, he can't hear us. I was going to have him do Amsoil.
I had to back out a couple of times.
Sure. But yeah, Rob, if we can put you full screen, say something, Rob. I know he can't hear me, but okay, he's going to log on and back off. If we can get him back on with good audio, we'll give him a chance to do Amsoil. But see if we can get back on. But we wanted to thank Tom Peters for coming on tonight, also for Jim Leighton and Greg Rodrick for making that possible. Even though we struggle with a connection, we managed to still get some good stories there. And yeah, Rob is back here. Let's see if we can get him on. How you doing, Rob?
I got it.
There we go.
I'm back on.
Excellent. Are you ready for Amsoil?
Sure.
Excellent. All right. And I've got that graphic too that I sent you from before, that promo graphic, that Polaris thing. Oh, we lost your audio. Oh, we lost your audio, Rob.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's going to log off and back on. All right. Well, since he's willing to do it, we're going to hang around and give him a chance to come back on, and we'll chat amongst ourselves here. Because Rob doing Amsoil is a big part of the podcast.
The gremlins are really hitting us today.
Oh, big time. So we've got good comments coming in here, people enjoying the show.
I locked up a couple of times.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a bad technology night. But yeah. But yeah, we hope that you will join us Sunday night. Did you want to add anything, Midge, about Sunday night?
No, I'd be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amy and Carolyn went over to the Polaris Experience Center, and they were able to get some footage with Mike Hatteen, no less.
Oh, good.
And Mike Hatteen gave a tour of the Experience Center, because a lot of Bob's things are at the Experience Center. A lot of his racing things and outfits and like that. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's saying I think it's a full-blown mood that's in the air. And Ben and I had technical difficulties Sunday night as well. Yeah, and Ben and I had technical problems Sunday night too. But yeah. So I don't know if we're going to have a chance to do Amsoil, but we want to thank Midge and Jim and Tom and Greg and Rob for being on here tonight. Thank you all for all of our viewers who were really incredible about staying in there through the whole thing in spite of the technical difficulties.
We got through it.
Yes, and we've gotten the message loud and clear that our viewers are very interested in history. So we're working hard to bring that to you. We're going to be bringing that to you Sunday night at 8 p.m. also with another look at the Eastmans, look at Bob Eastman with the Eastman family, with his grandchildren. So it's going to be a great time. Final thought, Midge, before we wrap it up?
Oh, I'm just excited about Sunday, and I hope the gurus,
the gremlins,
all of the little things that's going on tonight, that strange things don't happen to us.
Yes. And Jim, if you can hear us, any comments, any final comments? I don't know. He might be locked up.
Yeah, he's locked.
Besides the full.
But we had him there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Gremlins, the full moon. Maybe that was it. Gremlins on a full moon. Not a good mix.
No.
And Rob says, "Great show. Look forward to Sunday." Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah.
Did you have a comment?
Thank you, Jim.
Everyone's freezing up on us. So, yeah, we're going to wind this down. We're going to give Amsoil the last word. We've got a little presentation we do for Amsoil. But, yeah, thank you, Midge, and thank you to everyone coming on and all the viewers.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for sticking up with us. Sticking in with us here.
Catch you Sunday night with the Eastman family.
Good night.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Amsoil. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your Amsoil products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what Amsoil is and why you should consider using Amsoil products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer. You save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the Preferred Customer Program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the Preferred Customer Membership on your order. That gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of this signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an Amsoil account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to Amsoil. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for Amsoil under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your Amsoil Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering Amsoil as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from Amsoil, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from Amsoil. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the Amsoil marketing plan. Amsoil has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing Amsoil for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with Amsoil. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate Amsoil leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my Amsoil hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about Amsoil.
Wonderful.
People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
Amsoil's a fun business. Amsoil's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the Amsoil products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the Amsoil products or to join the Amsoil team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.